This clip is brought to you by Super 6. Super 6 is a free-to-play game where every match round in the football season you can play to win £250,000 if you get all the scores and the results completely bang on. And of course, Adam, Rory, and myself have been playing in our own mini league, the club S6, on the app, and you can play with over 6,000 people. And of course, if you win every match round, only a couple left, of course, at the end of the season. But if you were to win next week, for example, within our league, you get £100 to spend at classicfootballshirts.co.uk. It's an unbelievable deal. Make sure you check it out. The link is in the description down below.
You're watching a clip from the Club podcast.
Make sure you follow it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give it a 5-star review.
So here you go. Here's a lovely clip from our podcast.
Could you not go Kane's a red flag?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a serial loser. That's a big red flag for me.
He's at Tottenham.
He's also a serial loser for England.
Goal he scored yesterday.
Brilliant. Yeah, he's hit it really hard.
Mate, are you about to not give credit to that goal?
It was a good goal.
Who scored
it was a consolation goal?
The week? Pushed it back and just
It was just a fantastic. It wasn't a consolation goal. Is he open to scoring?
Yeah, but at the end of it, it didn't mean anything.
Yeah, but that's not what a consolation goal is.
In the overall scoreline, it was a consolation.
I don't think you know what a consolation goal is.
He scores goals that don't matter. He loves scoring world-class goals against lower-level opposition, and it never matters. That's a big red flag for me.
Didn't he score against you? 2, in fact.
Yeah, again, it didn't matter because we went on after that to win the Premier League. Oh. I'm not wrong about that, am I?
Yeah.
I can't think of a big goal he scored, like a big goal.
He scored 2 against you.
The big goal to do something for Spurs or England. He bottled it in the World Cup.
So I say 2 against you. You say no. He won the game. He won the game against City.
Yeah, they're okay.
Scored in the last minute against you.
Okay, yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah, he did. Yeah, he's had a fantastic season, but I think there's a red flag there somewhere. There's a big red flag for me.
Where?
England bottled it for England as well. There's 2 things. He bottled it for Spurs.
Everyone ever has bottled it for England.
Not Jeff Hurst.
Do you think he's there next season?
I don't know.
No, absolutely not. Where it's going to be very difficult for him is if Manchester United, and I think they'll be all right now, but if Manchester United don't make top 4, I couldn't really work out where he'd go. Because if Manchester United are in top 4, I just think he goes to United. It's so obvious that Manchester United need him, and it's like the match made in heaven. If Man United weren't in the top 4, it would have been a real problem because he can't leave Tottenham for a club in the Europa League. But it's gonna work out.
I think there's an equal chance he leaves and goes to a club like United. Or I keep saying Chelsea, although you don't.
No, it's impossible.
You don't believe that?
No, it's impossible. It's impossible.
But I think there's as much possibility he leaves and joins United or Chelsea as he stays.
I think Chelsea's the one. If Poch goes, he'll be pushing to get Kane in. I know it might not happen.
Also, imagine how much money he could make if he waits a year and goes on a free.
Chelsea aren't in the Champions League, lads. Chelsea will not be in the Champions League.
He could get the transfer fee. Do you know that?
Yeah, he couldn't get that, but he could make 25 million quid. No, he could make 25 million quid.
Yeah, you're
right.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah. He could make 25 million quid and then 500 grand a week.
Like if Man United are going now, we have to give you 100 mil. Or you know what, we'll just give you, Harry Kane, 25.
Do you know who did that? Ross Barkley did it. When Chelsea wanted to sign Ross Barkley, we were about to sign him. And all of a sudden, the deal just didn't happen. And they just waited. He sat on Everton's bench for like 6 months. We signed him for free and gave him a massive deal. I just think Kane is absolutely amazing.
28 goals.
In this season at Tottenham, when Richarlison and all that lot can't score a goal between them. Do you know what I mean?
Richarlison hardly gets a start.
Okay, Son then, 6 goals or something. You're like...
Draw it out.
Like that Kulusevski, everybody was telling me how good he was. Yeah, when did he last have a good...
I think if he stayed fit though for the whole season, and Bentancur, I think Conte is still there.
No, I don't think
If Bentancur and Kulusevski
overrated.
Get injured,
overrated.
Did you see that 3rd goal that Brentford scored? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Mate, like, you know, if you're Harry Kane, you've just got to go like that. You just got to go. I can't.
Oh, the space, you mean? Yeah.
No. The skip one. You can't just say I haven't seen it.
No, I can't think off the top of my head.
No, basically, Tottenham are in possession. Yeah. Tottenham are in possession. Oliver Skip's asked for the ball.
Yeah.
Ball's thrown to him. They're in possession.
Yeah.
Skip has just made... He just hasn't done anything. Just turned into trouble. Tried to beat a man, couldn't beat the man. Tried to foul the man, couldn't even do that. Brentford just took it and scored. She's like, what are you doing? How has it gone from your throw-in to going 3-1 down at home.
Must be
And Harry
Rick Mazzaro.
Kane, Harry Kane's just like that.
Yeah.
Like looking at Skip. Can you imagine? He's just looking at him I'm either gonna have to like do nothing or beat you up because I can't be on a pitch with you anymore.
Is he? Is it a silly thing for me to say? Is he? Is he? Really?
Is Harry
Is he
Kane
given, is he given a bollocking?
Yes.
In the changing room?
Yeah. Kane was honestly just,
Kane ain't that guy.
He ain't that guy.
no, I think he is.
Kane ain't that guy. I've seen in all or
He's
nothing.
going up to Ollie Skips.
All or
What are you
nothing. Put
fucking
the
doing?
best
Spurs
bits
are
of
better.
his team talk
maybe not that.
into the documentary, and it was a shambles.
No, maybe not that. I don't think he's a Roy Keane, John Terry, get you around the throat. But I think he's a captain by example.
Okay, someone like
Yeah,
a
but that's
De
not in
Bruyne,
the dressing
maybe.
room then.
No, it is. I think you can be a captain by example in terms of the
I
way that you
reckon he
conduct
mopes
yourself.
about being disappointed for himself.
No, I think he would have a quiet word.
You know, like, did you
No
watch
way.
the All or Nothing with Spurs?
No, of course I haven't. Sit through that crap.
So there's one bit where they show a team talk with Kane, and look, people go, "Oh, it's just one bit," but if there was a better bit of him delivering a team talk, they would have used it.
They've used his
They've used the
take.
best bit. And it's like, all right, lads, let's go do him. Come on, hey! It's like, bro, what
He
the
ain't
fuck's
that guy.
It's
He
like
ain't that guy.
He doesn't see. He seems like the guy that just go there and, like you say, lead by example on the pitch and his performances and stuff. But
Yeah.
in the dressing room, I can't see him.
I think it matters at big moments. You want the best player at the club, and you can't always have it because maybe Harry Kane's an introverted person. Not everyone can be a Roy Keane type player. I think someone like Haaland, bullying people, being aggressive, shouting, messing around a little bit, I think it leads you on a little. It leads the whole squad on. If Harry Kane still had a fantastic season, 28 goals this season, but if someone like Skip's making that mistake, is he really demanding standards out of other players? Is he that kind of person? I don't know if he is.
I think certain players.
Where are Spurs without him, though, bro?
Well, they're where Chelsea are. Certain
Maybe
players.
They're below.
Certain players, though, they can be captain material in a different way. I think
of
that
course,
we in this country, we seem to always value the Roy Keanes, the Paul Ince, the John Terry, but like N'Golo Kante, that's what we should call it. N'Golo Kante, for example, is a captain. He's not but he is a captain.
makes a good
He's a captain by example.
Stu makes a good point. He says professionalism is not the same as leadership. So what we may be going, giving him credit for being
I think we
professional.
build up.
That's not
All I'm
the same
trying to
as
say is
leader.
you're bang on, and he might be a Kante type person, Harry
Kante
Kane,
type
but we build
captain.
him up to be this massive figure. You know, he's got his posters everywhere. This kind of actually, he's just a technically very gifted striker, and Spurs might need more leaders around him to actually
I
get
don't
this
think he
side going.
does have that
Is he that guy?
thing around him. I don't know. Maybe
There
it's
is an
because I'm older
aura.
now.
He does have an aura. Harry Kane.
Do you know what I'm trying to compare?
When you're
it to?
playing against them,
you know, like
you're
when
worried about
Shearer
him,
was
like-
England's
of
number
course.
one man for Owen.
Yeah, but I think
They
when
felt like there was a lot more around them.
they were playing for better teams, though. There was more around them.
Newcastle weren't a better. Wow.
They
Liverpool.
needed
You could
one
argue
league.
there were
Liverpool's
points in
the
time where Newcastle were a Champions League team, and so were Spurs.
And Michael
got to
Owen's
the final.
Liverpool.
But
with
when you look
Julia.
at this Tottenham team, when you look at who Tottenham are at the moment, do you think there's anything in the question? You know, when you compare how the Haaland season and Kane's season, do you think there's anything in it to almost admire Kane's season more because he's done it with like basically no support as a one-man team, rather than doing it with Mahrez, Grealish, Foden? Do you see logic in that?
Definitely, mate.
I do as well. I thought you were going to go the other way. That's
No,
interesting,
The
but
thing that frustrates me, he's a world-class striker. He's one of the best we've ever seen in this country. It's as simple as that. The thing that frustrates me is maybe we've built him up in the wrong way and the image is wrong, and that's our fault as media or whatever, or as fans. But there are moments where he's just bottled it. He has bottled it for England
I think he
multiple times.
in Spurs. That's the biggest thing he's ever bottled.
He
What was
needs
it?
world-class players
Leaving
around him.
Spurs.
yeah,
He
I
should have
agree.
left
I
a
agree.
long time ago.
I agree. That's the one. You know, when you say he's bottled things with England and that, I think there's always an explanation. And maybe I'm generous to Kane, but I think there's always Southgate as an explanation, and then there's always Tottenham as an explanation. And I believe that the power of Southgate and the power of Tottenham does give a lot of insight into why it went wrong. But I think Adam's point is bang on. Where he bottled it, and where a player who genuinely wants to be the best, strives for the best, and is the best, one way or another, by hook or by crook, they get out of that contract.
It's tough.
They never signed that contract to begin with, actually. They never employ their brother and whatever.
Harry Kane's had 3 or 4 Aguero level moments in terms of, Aguero hits it true near post against Paddy Kenny QPR. That's one moment for Aguero. That's one, yeah.
Just the
Harry
mere mention
Kane's
of Paddy Kenny made me giggle.
Yeah, but Harry Kane's had a penalty against France where all he has to do is he has to score. You know, there's a moment, in League Cup finals, he didn't show up. Of course, for England, all he has to do is swear it, make the right decision. He's had 3 or 4 moments.
But mate, we've seen Sterling. Maybe he did make the right decision.
yeah, he probably might have scooped over the bar.
thing is,
But you know, I'm trying to say that he's had 3 moments. Like,
look at some of the greatest strikers that have maybe played for teams that aren't the teams that are winning everything. Like Tati at Roma, he won something. You know what I mean? Zlatan, when he came through, he left and he moved on and he went around and he made sure he won stuff. Like, those are just 2 examples, but those are 2 of the things.
I think he needs to leave and win something. Otherwise, it will be a very uninspiring end to what should have been a more brilliant career. It's still a brilliant career. I think he will get the Premier League all-time record as well.